Oh, okay. Hi, I'm
Hello.
John.
Hello, I'm John. And
And
just started.
all right, perfect. They're off.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, right. Okay, so another 80% match. This one should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, Pollsmor's first match of the tournament. Always known for somehow pulling out a good time, even though he doesn't play the game ever.
Pollsmor, well known for second place in GBA Metroid tournament that's taken place so far. So, Brinstar. Brinstar's Brinstar. There's not really a whole lot going on right now. Gotta grab a few
Yeah.
items before we really can do much of anything. Morph ball, missiles, bombs, that sort of stuff.
Brinstar sucks.
Yeah, it does. It's such a terrible area, and it's the very first one.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, after the
it's
first
not too
5
short.
minutes, we're pretty much done with it. It's just basically to travel through after.
Yeah, all of the worst stuff is just right here at the start. So we're going to be skipping long beam, as Pollsmor so deftly demonstrates. Definitely shooting out the shortcut. That's totally intended.
Yeah, long beam is not the most helpful item, but it's also not like something that's really bad that you want to skip it. It's just slow and doesn't really add anything to the run.
Yeah, long beam is super comfy, but it does not speed up the game at all. Pollsmor going for the doubles, missed the first one there. Oh, he went for a second one. That's a bold play.
Yeah, so now he'll have to farm
he's
for
still
3
going for
missile
the
drops.
Wow. Well, he could get by with 2.
Yeah,
the
getting
game's
a
not
small health.
cooperating. Game is really not cooperating for Pollsmor.
Zigouioui waiting for drops. Not a bad play.
No, really is not. Waiting for drops a few seconds slower, but he's going into Hive Room with 4 missiles instead of Pollsmor's 1.
Yeah.
So that's going to wind up saving him a very significant amount of time over Pollsmor. Oh, sorry, 3 missiles. I mean, still, it's 10 shots per missile with the beam. So Zigouioui is saving 20 shots over Pollsmor.
Yeah, so each hive will take 2 beam shots and then 3 missiles. So the strat is to come in. Optimally, you want to come into the room with
missing both of his missiles on that first hive. That's so unfortunate because now he's just getting manhandled by the bugs.
Yeah, he's really low health. But optimally, you would like to come into hive room with 4 missiles so that you can damage the first one. Oh no,
dude, 1 health.
Oh no!
He's still
oh my god!
The jukes! Oh, the jukes! Oh, man, I can't handle this. I really cannot handle this already.
Oh my.
He's just taking laps around this, which that's the only way he's not going to die right now.
Oh my.
Oh man, and Pollsmor getting bombs. I almost said bugs.
Yeah, bombs are really nice. In this game, you can actually infinite bomb jump, which is used a lot throughout the run, and even more so in 100%. So it's definitely a really great item to have.
Yep, he's got the last hive down. Okay, let's see. Looks good.
He got it.
He's out of there.
Clutch. Wow.
What a guy. He's still not completely out of the woods.
There's still
a few
like
acid
2 pits of acid.
But
he did it.
Has literally no room for error, but he's through it. A little high five there, and then he falls in the next acid pit. Oh man.
Wow.
Oh boy. All right, what a start.
Easy game, easy life.
Pollsmor is taking a fairly sizable lead at this point because of that, but there's still a few spots where, you know, a lot of stuff can go wrong and lose a lot of time.
Yeah, this category's mid-game especially is pretty volatile. If it's a close race, it could really like leads could change a million different times in the probably the mid 20s.
Honestly, probably the first 15-20 minutes are reasonably consistent, but there's a few things. There's definitely a few things that can go wrong. Looks like Pollsmor's farming for some drops here. I think he might be trying to skip the heal.
Yeah, skipping the heal at Ice Beam is definitely a nice time save, but not at all necessary.
Right. And it looks like I didn't see Zigouioui going for drops, so I think he's planning on just healing at Ice Beam, which, as far as consistent strats go, it's really not a bad play.
So now we take a very, very, very long trip through Norfair, aka about 20 seconds.
Yeah, Pollsmor's farming everything here. I think he's planning on skipping the heal. His ammo's a little on the lower side, but he's still got full health, so he should be alright. Provided the game cooperates a little bit. And Zigouioui is making his own way down to Norfair now, picking up charge on the way.
I like water. So Pauls is going through criteria right now to pick up Power Grip, and unfortunately in this game you cannot skip Power Grip, as there is a plant in the way to the right side of Norfair that for whatever reason only goes away whenever you pick up Power Grip.
Yeah, it seems so silly to me, but
it's a very arbitrary roadblock.
I mean, every roadblock is kind of arbitrary, but like at least it's more direct item gating. Like missile blocks, you need missiles to get past those. In this case, it's just there's a vine and it disappears when you get this upgrade. It's just weird.
Yeah.
But Pollsmor's getting Power Grip right now. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing the first, really the only major infinite bomb jump in any percent. Right here, it's easily the longest one in the run. Try to beat the platforms up there. It saves a few seconds if you can get it over just wall jumping up the side, but yeah, Pollsmor, no problem.
Those are really solid.
Yeah.
Now Zigouioui and criteria.
And then Paul's coming out of criteria with 99 and 8. Nope, he jumps straight into the ripper. That's not really something you would normally do in any category.
What a play.
Not sure. Probably just brain farted a bit there.
Also, if you see Pollsmor typing in the chat, don't be alarmed. He plays on keyboard, and yeah, he's just able to do that while he plays.
Yeah, he's farming for more ammo here, but his health is making this a much riskier proposition, just because of the way drops work in the game. Basically, the basic rundown is if you're full on health, you're more likely to get missiles. If you're not full on health, some health drops get replaced with missile drops, so you're going to get more missiles by being full on health. So Pollsmor being at not full health really decreases the amount of missile drops he's going to get.
Nice use of ledge grabs and, I guess, jumping off of the ledge in order to avoid the long get-up animation from a ledge, as we see from Zigouioui.
That's a bit of a task strat, too, because you can jump immediately out of a ledge grab compared to the slight wind-up animation for a wall jump, so it is a little bit faster. Pollsmor avoiding the statue hint, but jumping right... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This heel skip is a very bold move with that health.
Yeah, so bomb jumping over that statue hint is a huge time save. If you miss it, you lose probably 30 plus seconds, because it goes through 2 screen transitions.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 30, but it's pretty bad. You really don't want to get that.
Yeah.
It's at least easily 15.
So now Pollsmor taking one of the many developer-intended shortcuts to get to Ridley early.
making the sensible choice of picking this missile tank up early. With that, being short on health going into this room is really, really not something you want to see after skipping the Ice Beam heal. He's probably going to go through to collect every drop. You can see him throwing a few beam shots in there to save missiles. He's barely got enough.
Yeah.
For this fight.
Yep, there's 6 vines and 3 missiles each. So he's got 1 missile of error.
Yeah. Any percent cocoon is known for being really awkward. Just if you mess one thing up, like the timing of the whole room just gets thrown off, and it's really just a mess.
Getting through it though with relative ease.
Yep.
On his way into Ridley, Zigouioui picking up Ice Beam.
Yep, looks like he's just gonna heal here, which with 10 missiles is really, even if you have full health, 10 missiles is not enough to heal skip. Firing one into the wall there, whoops. Pollsmor taking advantage of the developer-intended Ridley shortcut.
So yeah, basically with the shortcut here in Ridley, we make our way through backwards. You're not really supposed to come down this way. You're supposed to kind of loop around through a heated room or two, fight the Imago Bee, and all that stuff.
Yeah, but that's all really slow and unnecessary, so we don't do it. At least in any percent. Pollsmor taking it safe in Pillar Room. Can't blame him for that at all. Falling in Pillar Room is really bad.
Especially on the way over there.
Yes. You either have to do this fancy strat where you break a couple of the blocks and then wall jump off one of them, or you have to go all the way around. It's just a really bad time loss.
Yeah, either way it's slow, and one of them is
no problems.
Either really hard or a huge time loss, so...
So Pollsmor just going to be picking up a second super pack here. Zigouioui looks like he's taking Cocoon a little safe by freezing the Ripper on both sides, which probably the most consistent Cocoon strat. Oh, he missed one missile. It's okay, good. Pollsmor dispatching the eye door. Ooh, Zigouioui's health is not the best at this point.
Yeah, he might opt to... Well, he's gonna have to farm some of these pipe bugs coming up, because I saw that he has 0 missiles going in.
Yeah, he needs to farm for ammo to get through the shortcut, regardless. Pollsmor's taking the safety E-tank there. Which, again, it's a good strat for a race, because Ridley... Optimally, you fight Ridley with 1 E-tank, and you finish the fight with 19 health. So... having that 1 extra E-tank of leeway is really, really nice, because it does not take much to throw that whole fight just way out of whack. In this category.
Just to making even Ridley turn around just by walking a little too far to the left will kill you.
Yep. That's kind of a general theme in this category. It's not really that hard, but if one thing goes wrong, it stacks very, very fast.
Basically, if you take an extra hit, you die a lot of the time.
There are several safety E-tanks you can pick up that mitigate that. Looks like Pollsmor's picking up another one right here.
And then there's another one leaving, or going into crate if you really want it. That's a very easy to grab along the way.
Looks like Zigouioui is taking it super safe in Side Hopper Room, which makes sense. Side Hopper Room is another one of those things. Like,
yeah,
if it goes a little bad, it's gonna go real bad real quick.
It also did not help that he had only about 50 health going halfway through that room, which is really scary, because I believe you would die in about 2 hits.
Yeah, I think those side hoppers are 30, so two-hit death in with that many enemies on screen is just not a particularly appealing prospect.
Mm-hmm. So now Pollsmor is all done with Ridley. He's going to be heading back up through Brinstar to go to Kraid so he could fight Craig.
Yep. Kraid is where the run starts getting a lot more difficult. Zigouioui also taking it real safe there in Pillar Room.
Yeah, there's a pretty difficult trick called Acid Worm Skip, often abbreviated as AWS. It's definitely the most important trick in an any percent run, saving about 2 minutes. However, it is really difficult, and if you miss it, you can either go for a very difficult backup known as HBJ, Horizontal Bomb Jump, or you have to reset the room, which is really slow.
Acid Worm Skip is one of those things, like you have one chance at it, and then if you don't get it first try, you're losing. Best case scenario, 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case, you're losing more like 40, 45. But it's quite a nasty trick at times. We have methods that are more consistent nowadays. We've got the 4-bomb method, which is what most people use. There's a fancy ledge climb method that you can do. I don't think too many people do that one, but there are certain people who swear by it. But we'll probably, I think Pollsmor will be going for the 4-bomb. We're rushing right into Ridley, turning him around a couple times. That's a little scary. Even with that extra E-tank. Oh, no! Yeah,
unfortunately, he turned him down. He turned him around one too many times there.
Yep. Like that's the nature of zero mission any percent sometimes. Just one little thing goes wrong and...
Yeah, so now he'll have to restart, being about 17 minutes behind.
Yep, that's a really unfortunate death to take. But the run's not over for Pollsmor. As I gather, we saw last run.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of places that this run could die, both in-game and out-of-game.
Yeah. And Pollsmor's going for Acid Worm Skip here, so let's see. I think he looks good. Oh, he says the one bomb, but he gets it.
And he did get it.
Risky. But it worked, so...
Yeah, 1 bomb is a very kind of feel-based method.
Yeah, some people say that 1 bomb is a lot like task bombs, and to those people I would say that they aren't doing task bombs right. But it just... 1 bomb just doesn't have the leeway that 4 bombs has. But that said, like, it is very much a personal preference sort of thing, so...
Whatever works for you will typically be the best.
Absolutely. Consistency is king, especially with that strat.
Especially with this category as a whole.
Yep. Alright, so Pollsmor coming up to a large room. If you look very carefully, you might see a boss fight.
Might.
So...
Okay. Well, we saw him for a couple frames longer than we wanted.
Pollsmor really making everyone a little scared there. Zigouioui having another go with the cave worm.
Fired his
missile too early,
allowing him to run away. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a real bummer. Let's see if Pollsmor goes for refill glitch here. He sets it up.
He does, and he got it.
Refill glitch is one of those small little things. It saves you a little bit of time by starting your refill during the item acquired cutscene.
Just a little time saver, and it's pretty difficult, but it's definitely worthwhile.
Honestly, it's really, really easy right there. The spring ball makes that glitch so much easier to do. Doing it without spring ball is very hard in some rooms, but with Spring Ball, it's very, very easy to set up. Pollsmor sparking out a crate because we don't have the zip line here. Zigouioui having another go at Hive Room here. Looks to be in much better shape than last time. Oh, maybe not.
That's interesting.
0 missiles.
I'm not sure if that was intended or not, but he fired a couple missiles back at the bugs.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that that's not intended, but never know. He certainly seems to have much more health this time around.
Yeah, it almost seems like his maybe controller is giving him some problems, because I've noticed he's kind of been flailing about a little bit, turning around in random spots.
Yep. Let's see if Pollsmor goes for Brinstar Super. No, he's not.
Oh,
he's just going straight for Zebskip. I can't really say I blame him.
Yeah. He's definitely on a pretty RA pace, so...
Yeah. But when we're talking consistency a lot in this category. It's really hard to argue with the consistency Brinstar Super gives you in Torian. That's a low spark.
That was a really low shine spark.
Yeah, so like Brinstar Super gives you 6 supers for Torian instead of 4 rather. So having those 2 extra supers just makes such a huge difference.
Ooh. Just going making it out of Hive Room once again. Not a whole lot better on health, but definitely a little better than 1.
And he's gonna fight the worm again.
He might run into the worm? No, okay. He remembered.
So Pollsmor coming into Torian. Any percent Torian is, in a lot of ways, one of the most interesting parts of the run.
Mm-hmm. Both skill and RNG. It's definitely, it's a really execution-heavy part as well as RNG-heavy. Mm-hmm. So when you see it done well, it looks really amazing.
There's also a lot of knowledge that goes into it. Basically, the idea is remembering the missile drops. If you're full on health, you get more missiles. Mm-hmm. But super drops are independent of health and missiles. So you have to kind of balance your health, missiles, and supers. You see Pollsmor using missiles right now, but now he's going to switch to supers because this room has a lot of Metroids, A, and B, like, he doesn't want missile drops to go to waste. So he's switching back to missiles there because he was full.
Yeah, so at the end of Torian, we have the Zebetite room followed right behind with Mother Brain. Each Zeb, there's 4 of them, takes 7. Yeah, each Zeb takes 7 missiles. There's 4 of them. And then the tank for Mother Brain takes 20, and then Mother Brain takes 15 missiles and then 4 supers. So
the
you want to avoid farming as much as possible at the very end.
I mean, it's a lot simpler to remember just that. I would use the supers here, Pollsmor. He's playing it very, very conservatively.
Yeah.
But yeah, 39 and 2 is pretty decent as far as ammo goes. But generally, if you're doing Zeb skip, you want to enter this room with 49 and 4 because that's exactly the amount of ammo you need to kill 2 Zebs and Mother Brain. Pollsmor looking for a super drop here. This is the joke about zero mission any percent. You can just be sitting here farming for ages to get a super.
Yep. It's a 9.7% chance, if I remember right, to get a super from these green Rinkas.
Yep, and 0.1 from a
There we go. Oh, and he gets 2.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
That's the classic zero mission any percent right there.
Going for Zeb skip. That Rinko looks high, but he got it first try anyway.
Every single time. What a guy.
Wow. Yeah, so that skips two of the Zebs.
Try.
Yeah, that's a frame-perfect trick on top of a very precise placement for that Rinka.
Did he waste a missile there? Nope, he's good.
He's perfect. Oh, he's not perfect
now
anymore.
He's short 2 missiles. So he's
gonna have to hope for a drop.
That. Pollsmor's keyboard doesn't actually allow him to press.
Oh, there we go.
To press 2 buttons at the same time. So. Well, the thing, Destructor, is you want to play the odds. Your odds of getting a super are not that bad. And it can save time to use supers in the last room versus farming, 5 additional missile drops. But it's like anything. It's like playing roulette, basically.
Zigouioui going to pick up Power Grip for the second time.
And Pollsmor escaping Torian here. So he's got a nice long cutscene to think about how the run is going to go. Think about how the pace is going to die. Although from what he's posting in chat, it kind of sounds like the pace is already dead anyway.
Yeah, probably died to that grind for the super.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to his time beforehand, but it seemed like he was on a fairly decent run.
Yeah, if I had to guess, he was probably plus 20 or so.
I have a hard time believing he was honestly on PB pace because of the 2 additional E-tanks, but...
Yeah.
Pollsmor crashing, Zigouioui just coming out of the unknown item room. Going to pick up Power Grip. Having a bit of a rough time with that bomb jump.
Bomb jumps are non-trivial, to be honest. There's definitely... You definitely have to know what you're doing in order to do them. You can't just spam.
I mean, you can, but...
You can, but you will not have a fun time.
Spamming honestly seems harder than just knowing the timing. I guess that's kind of a silly thing to say, but Pollsmor's starting suitless. Suitless is an interesting part of the run. Is that my commentary stream freezing, or is that...
Mine also froze.
Nope, those are just some good old-fashioned frame drops.
Yeah, so suitless is a really movement-intensive part of the run. We see Pollsmor opting to heal. Not a horrible decision at all.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like in a race scenario, I wouldn't even consider skipping the heal unless I was behind by
a substantial amount of time.
Yeah, yes. I mean, if it's a really substantial amount of time, like there's only so much time left in the run. So if you're behind by 2 minutes at this point, your only hope is really that your opponent dies. In that case, you want to heal in case they do, so you don't die.
Yeah.
But if you're behind by like 10-15 seconds, skipping the heal can really make up a significant chunk of that time. Looks like Pollsmor has dropped even more frames.
Yeah, suitless is a really movement-oriented part of the run. There isn't any RNG until the boss of the area, which is named Charlie.
Yeah.
All the pirates are in set positions, so it's really nice. Just kind of get to run through it.
Yep, pirates, not only do they start in the same positions, they also move consistently. So by moving through the rooms in the right way, you can always get the same pirate patterns. Let's see if Pollsmor goes for fast searchlights.
And he got it. Wow.
Easy.
Yeah, that's a really solid time save. It's pretty difficult, but...
It's like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Still worth it.
And Zigouioui healing again. Not a bad idea. Pollsmor pretty much done with like the first half of Suitless here. And honestly, the first half of Suitless is, I think, significantly easier than the second half. The second half has a lot more places where it's very easy for things to just get out of control very quickly. Zigouioui taking the intended strat, almost the intended strat up that room. Pollsmor examining the game's Egyptian influences, and Zigouioui taking the statue. Not sure if that was intentional or not, but...
Ooh, not going for Fungineer jump. What a poor choice.
I mean, sure, it's frames, but okay. He is going for Sam Strap. Sam. I cannot talk. Sam Strat, and he got it.
Basically, that just doing that manipulation allows an extra, or avoids an extra trip into a save room coming up here. It saves like 1 second.
Yeah, it's a fairly minor time save, but it is still a time save, and it's not really all that hard to do. So going through the showing off his knowledge of the bomb block.
I honestly did not know that was there.
I mean, there's not really a reason for you to know it's there. It's not.
You never use it. There's,
I mean,
no reason to.
Oh yeah, there's a crumble block right below it, so you want to avoid shooting it. But
yeah.
It's really hard to accidentally shoot it. So.
Ooh, Zigouioui back in Vine Room, about to head back into Cocoon.
Yep.
He's got plenty of ammo.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Pollsmor about to finish up Sealess. He's about 2 rooms away.
Okay. Okay, Pollsmor got some good patterns in that room.
Patterns are the most important part of the run.
Yep. You're taking the safe Cocoon strat. Oh, you missed one. One on the right side, missing.
Showing off all the possible blocks.
Yep. And that should finish off Cocoon. Yes, it does. He's still short on missiles, so he's gonna have to farm a little bit after he gets down this elevator. But
yeah, Pollsmor going into Charlie, which is probably the most RNG heavy boss in the category. Basically, you have to shoot it 4 times with a fully charged pistol shot, and it varies how fast it'll show the correct pattern for you to shoot.
Yep.
So it can be really good to you, or it can be really bad to you.
Yeah, there's a range of times that it can show up. I don't remember off the top of my head exactly what that range is, but it can be nearly instant up to, I don't know, ballpark 10 seconds. It can be really bad. Pollsmor missing the shot.
Missing a shot. Yeah, so you might have seen him damage boosting at the beginning of that round. On average, I believe it makes it show up a couple, or like not even a second faster, but
it's actually on average, damage boosting makes the sigil appear 1 second earlier. Pollsmor not damage boosting, which is kind of a strange thing considering he picked up 3 tanks, but
yeah, still had a really good final position.
Yeah, where Charlie dies is also a bit random. So Pollsmor got the Charlie glitch. Nice. Let's keep an eye out after his after this cutscene finishes here. We'll get to see some glitched sprites. It saves and loses no time, but it looks funny. So that's what makes it such an important glitch.
Yeah, all the Charlie glitches is just, I believe you have to be in your turning animation at the same time the cutscene, or when you're supposed to be locked into that cutscene, but it'll just cancel you out, and then you see some funny glitched sprites.
Yep, Pollsmor, honestly, for the fully powered suit, the suit's still pretty weak, so
yeah, no screw attack, you have hardly any range. It's honestly really easy to die, even still.
Yeah, especially. Oh, we fell! Oh no, he's gonna have to go all the way. Pollsmor, what was that? He's gonna go all the way back around. What are you doing, Pollsmor?
What is he doing? This isn't Hundo.
Is he showing off? I think Pollsmor might just be showing off.
He's probably doing Charlie E-Tank.
Probably. Which seems like he forgot his screw attack. You can get this without screw attack your first go, but it's a bit of a challenge.
Yeah. You have to be able to.
Really don't have a lot of leeway for that.
Oh, he's grabbing this extra super. But yeah, you have to be able to shoot out those missile blocks extremely fast without using your spark, which is actually a lot harder than it sounds.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's not that hard. You have to just jump through the door and then aim down through the transition. But it's a fast transition, so you
have to be prepared
for it. It's not one of those door transitions that takes 6 years. Cough, cough, Super Metroid.
So yeah, now basically Pollsmor is just making his way back through the ship in order to reach the final boss.
I gotta be honest, I like half expect him to go down and get power bombs and then just door clip for no real reason at this point.
Does Pollsmor know door clip? That's the question.
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know if he's bothered to learn it at all. Oh wow!
Dropping that spark and getting shot. Oh man.
Wow.
This is quite the end game for Pollsmor. Zigouioui having another go at Ridley, picking up the safety E-tank here.
This time he'll have 3 instead of 2, so he should almost definitely be safe here.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not a guarantee. Like, Ridley does deal a lot of damage, and if you turn him around too many times, this looks a lot better. Yeah, that looks much better. Oh, nope!
Oh, whiffing a couple missiles on the right.
Okay,
there he goes.
Okay. Pollsmor having a bit of trouble jumping up into that one tile gap.
Curve missile.
Aww. I think it's a frame perfect shot anyways.
Yeah.
But
just
it doesn't save time, it just looks cool. Oh, Zigouioui just freezing the bug a little too high. You can't actually jump quite that high without high jump. Oops. Having a little difficulty getting this bug exactly where he wants it to be. Too high again. Pollsmor using the missiles to move the work bot a little faster.
Don't want to use any supers, although I guess he could because he does have 2 extra.
He has 8.
But typically you'd only have 6 at this point.
Wow, I can't believe that bug doesn't work. I thought for sure he had it.
So typically you only have 6 at this point, and we need all 6 of those to do. We need all 6 of those to do a faster Mecha Ridley fight. Just killing him with all supers.
Technically, you can get away with 5.
Yeah, but
I mean, there's no way you ever have a maximum of 5 unless you're playing hard mode.
Yeah.
This room is a little scary at 80% because there's a lot of pirates. But
there's a lot of pirates, and screw attack in 100% in this room specifically is your best friend. But of course we don't have that.
Pollsmor with his 3 E-tanks doesn't really care. So we're making use of another shortcut here.
There we go. Yep, that just skips power bombs, so don't have to go get it.
Pollsmor's not going to get power bombs for swag. I wonder if he's going to do space jump E-tank for swag.
Yep.
Of course. Of course he is. Oh man. He misses it.
Yeah, so at the end of 100%. At the end of 100%, you have to do that trick in order to get
frames. No, you don't have to. You can do the Shine Spark.
Well, yeah, but
Space Jump E-tank saves 5 seconds, so
yeah, at a top level, you want to do that at the very end of the run after an hour and 10 minutes, and it's really scary.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Pollsmor's probably fighting Mecha Ridley right now. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, it's slowly but surely.
Okay, Zigouioui back up and running. He's going to get high jump right now.
Oh, and there we go.
Pollsmor seems to have
somehow managed to miss
supers.
8 supers.
I'm really curious how he managed to do that. How he use missiles with 8 supers. That's very unusual. Zigouioui taking a dip in the lava there. Pollsmor getting the door bomb, but he did not unmorph quick enough. So he doesn't even save any time.
So Pollsmor, even with all the showing off and the kind of bad RNG in Torian farming for drops, he's still going to put up a really solid time, barring a catastrophic death.
We'll see. We still have one major trick left. And At this point, I expect to see Pollsmor going for escape space boost.
Yeah.
Because he went for space jump E-tank in an 80% run. Like, not even doing the left side climb in that room. When Sam told me about left side climb, I felt so dumb because it was so obvious. And you never see anyone doing it. But the pirates are on the right, so you climb on the left.
Alright, here we go. Escape space boost, I would assume.
Escape spark of some sort. Using the setup. Getting
Got
out.
the shine break.
Missed the charge. Maybe have a little heart attack there, but it's okay. Okay, he's playing it safe.
He's going for it?
He's really high through.
Oh, close. Oh.
The block windows are 3 to 4 blocks high through that room, so it's definitely non-trivial to get that space boost, but kudos to Pollsmor for going for it. Oh, he's way high on those black fires.
Yeah, I don't think he went up.
Slow.
Yeah, he did not go down low enough.
He did. They're just going to be really slow.
Yeah, so...
Okay.
Don't die.
No,
okay.
He's fine. He's got 3 tanks. He's okay.
Oh, he's doing Hero Pirate. Oh, never mind. And that's
Pollsmor finishes.
Done for Pollsmor.
SRL time of. If I'm not in the SRL channel, I can't actually see what it is.
40:53.
Oh, there we go, Pollsmor. Pollsmor saving the frames of game time.
Yeah, one of the quirks of this game. Basically, I believe it's every moving event will continue to move for 1 frame after you pause without the in-game timer going up.
Well, it's the way it works is the game timer advances when Samus can move, and there's 1 frame after you unpause, where everything but Samus can move. So So if you pause a bunch, you can advance stuff by 1 frame without advancing the timer. So boss deaths and the escape animation are the obvious ones. Zigouioui pulling off that AWS. Way to go.
Only 60 pauses to save a second. Not bad.
Yeah, 64. Game timer is 64 frames per second.
Right. One of the weird quirks of GBA Troids.
Yep. So
just for whatever reason, the in-game time runs at 64 frames a second.
Yep. Zigouioui picking up his unknown item here.
Well, knowing Pollsmor, I'm sure he's not going to do an interview, considering he hardly ever talks anyways.
Yep.
So, not sure if we're going to wait for Zigouioui to finish, or if we're just going to cut the stream.
I'm not sure either, to be honest. I don't know what the speed gaming schedule is off the top of my head. Let's take a look.
Yeah. Let's see here. So we're on Speed Gaming 3. So, I mean, we don't have anything for another hour. So, I don't know if we're going to let him finish or what. But either way, GG's to Pollsmor.
Yep, looks like we'll be seeing Zigouioui finish the run. So there he's just dispatching crates. So if he really wanted to go for game time strats, he would be pausing like a madman right here.
Pollsmor's in-game time coming up.
Here. Yep.
With all those frames saved, like a whole 6.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't think we ever mentioned anything about Speed Boost here. That's an item.
No, I don't think we did. Speed Boost is a pretty important item, even.
Yeah. Once you run a certain distance, you get a pretty big speed boost, and you can store what's called a Shine Spark just by hitting down on the D-pad. And it'll allow you to just go really fast at basically 5 directions. So, you know, anything but down right, down left, and down.
Yep.
And then you can also do it in a ball spark or I guess any morph ball to do a ball spark.
28-27 for Pollsmor.
Oh no! He almost had a 28-28.
He did. If only he hadn't paused so much.
If only he'd...
Alright, so
Those 6 frames cost him.
Oh, Zigouioui is actually short 2 supers. I'm
assuming he's refilling in Brinstar.
Wait. Did he...
Oh, did he fall?
Did he fall and not pick up?
He might have.
That might have been the case. That may have been what happened.
Pollsmor...
Almost looks like he's setting up for Brinstar. Nope.
Not sure what Pauls is doing. Looks like he's playing Pokemon on stream.
Playing Pokemon on stream. Way to go, Pollsmor. Zigouioui making his way up to Torian. He is going to have kind of an unfortunate time here.
Mm-hmm. Especially if he only has 2 supers max.
Yeah. Because, like we said earlier, you need 40, 49, and 4 to kill 2 Zebs.
Mm-hmm.
And Mother Brain.
Going back for that speed boost.
Yep. So we're going to be seeing at this point we're going to be seeing one of he can't Zeb skip. He has to go in, kill some Zebs, and then go back and farm. Now we've just got the cutscene. Very ominous and scary. Spooky, one might say.
Metroids are spooky.
Yeah, Metroids aren't too scary on normal mode. But...
they aren't scary until you get grouped up by like 5 of them.
Yeah, it's another one of those things, like, if it goes very bad, it's gonna go very bad very fast.
Yeah.
But honestly, even in any percent where you have an additional E-tank or 2, they're really not the scariest.
As long as you know how to get them off you.
Mm-hmm. Hard mode is something else entirely.
Oh yeah, hard mode
Torian is no joke. You've got something like 1.5 times the number of Metroids, and they deal double damage.
And then you have half the health.
Yeah, like you're gonna, if you get grabbed by a Metroid in hard mode, you're taking an E-tank and a half of damage, guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, the name is not a joke. Hard mode is hard.
Yes, it is. Oof, that was kind of close getting grabbed there. He is running really low on ammo for this point in Torian. Looks like he's opting to farm
He's
this
gonna
guy.
farm off this green Rinka. It's actually pretty fast because you can just reach his spawn right away.
Yep. So fun fact here: farming on the left wall like that works. Farming on the right wall does not work, because on the left wall you go 1 sub-pixel into the wall. On the left wall you don't. Or other way around. Left wall and you go up, showing off those great frozen enemy hitboxes that Zero Mission is known for.
Mm-hmm.
He's seeing...
Ooh, getting grabbed.
Yeah, see, he got grabbed and just lost like 50 health right there. So... now he's going to be using
interesting
supers
strat
here.
for this last Metroid room. Not bombing that floor right away.
I mean... that's not a bad play, because it makes it a bit easier to get Metroids detached.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not...
yeah, you have a lot more space and a lot less Metroids if you do that.
Oh,
ooh.
Boy. Okay.
His ammo is very low right now.
Yep. So 16 and 2 and not at full health means he's gonna have a long farm here.
Mm-hmm. Going right in. I'm assuming he'll kill the first 2.
Yeah, he's got to kill the first 2 and then go back and farm.
Oh, okay, he barely got that one. I don't know if that was the smartest decision.
Yeah, I mean,
if he gets good drops, it'll be alright.
We'll see if that pays off for him.
Mm-hmm.
I
All
mean,
depends on whether
he's
or not
really
he's
low
that,
on he's low on health, so his missile drops are going to be really slow now. And super drops are independent of health, so you know he could get those 2 supers right away. He isn't, but he could have.
Oh, the joys of farming.
Yeah. Any percent Torian. This is unfortunately kind of like the worst case for this area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, normally down a lot of health and a lot of ammo when you're trying to farm is just really annoying. You can see him trying to bring extra green Rinkas over. Got a super drop.
Yeah, normally this farming is not nearly as long as this is, but unfortunately with the low health and low ammo, it's going to take a little longer.
I think he's still looking for Pollsmor playing Terraria. Just... Oh, man. He's still looking... You know, he doesn't actually need that super. I wonder if he knows that.
Yeah, with the 50, he's definitely got enough now.
50 and 2 is definitely enough.
Especially with 3 Zebs down.
No, it's not. 50 and 2 is not enough. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. You're right. It's not. Never mind.
Or is it? Let's see. 7 for the Zeb leaves him with 43.
727.
Oh, yeah, no, he's totally fine. Totally fine. He can easily go in there without that last super. But I honestly don't think he knows that.
This is a really bad farm.
Yeah, I mean, remember, the chance for a super is about 10% from a green Rinka, so this is absurdly bad luck.
Yeah.
This unfortunately used to be a standard part of Zero Mission Any percent. Because long before we discovered, well, by we I mean... By we I mean Dragon Fangs discovered a way to get Birdstar Super from the left side. So that made Torian significantly more consistent, and then Zeb Skip is a bit more recent. And that was a bit more of a collaborative effort, I think. But Zeb Skip makes Torian with 4 supers almost as consistent as Torian with 6 supers.
Unfortunately, it does put in a frame-perfect trick, but it is still really nice in the end. See him shooting an extra missile there on the last round. Ooh, jumping. Yeah, so for whatever reason, if you run against Mother Brain, you can get a speed boost.
Well, it's not for whatever reason. There's a good reason for it. The reason is that it's not actually an invisible wall. The game just teleports your position back to a certain spot, so you never actually stop running. The same thing happens in Kraid. But
yeah, so you just build up a speed boost.
Have speed booster when fighting Kraid, so...
Yeah, so typically you want to use that Shine Spark in order to spark up the escape shaft. But, you know, he didn't have the spark, so just had to climb up.
He's just escaping right now. Now he's got a nice long cutscene to look forward to.
Let's watch Pollsmor play Terraria. Looks like Zigouioi's emulator froze. His timer is still running. I'm not sure what he's doing right now.
Let's take a look. Oh, is he? I'm not in the race channel.
Oh, he just forfeited.
Oh, he forfeited?
Okay. Well,
okay.
Okay.
I guess that's that. All right, well, good job to both players.
Mm-hmm. Definitely GG's to both. Pollsmor putting up a really solid time. Unfortunately, Zigouioui taking that death to Ridley, but managed to keep powering through.
Oh yeah, he showed no hesitation. He died, he
Mm-hmm.
restarted. None of this instant forfeit. He kept going because something unfortunate could have happened to Pollsmor.
Yeah.
And if it did
Definitely
happen,
at the point in
you
which he was at in the run.
Yeah.
There was definitely plenty
definitely.
that could have gone wrong.
Yep, definitely good run to both guys. Let's see, where's the bracket? So
See if we'll see if he wants to do an interview.
There's the bracket. So let's see who is facing who here, or who is facing whom rather. Let's see. So it looks like Pollsmor.
Ooh, hello, Zigouioui.
Kirby.
Hi,
And Zigouioui going to be running against Ayash next.
yes, that was expected.
So how do you feel? So it looks like Pollsmor.
Dying on relay, it's not really something I like to do. But no, it was hard. I haven't played the game for a long time. I tried to de-rust it this week, and I haven't played that bad. I mean, I was really struggling with wall jump and stuff like this. So yeah, even if I wasn't dying on relays, I wasn't playing really great. I mean, even if Pollsmor doesn't leave me any chance, considering he beat my sum of best for like 7 minutes, but
Pollsmor definitely earned that. What is he? 5 seed? Oh, 7. Pollsmor's the 7 seed. Wow, I'm actually surprised it's that low.
But no, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, well, hey, you powered through it.
Yeah, I decided it was better to probably stop here at the Mother Brain. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably going to die in the shit anyway.
Yeah, as we saw earlier today, you know, that race went pretty catastrophic for both sides multiple times, and you know, Neon Fez kept pushing through, and he ended up getting the win.
Yeah, but I was already lost. Like he finished his race like first after I beat Ridley, something like this. So I knew that I have no chance anyway. I decided to let him go.
Yeah, oh, that's okay. It was still an enjoyable race to watch, especially that 1 health hive room at the start.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was definitely a heart attack.
Yeah, I have a problem with my controller or something, but the 2 times I do the hive room, the first hive I just land the missile in the other way, so I ended up killing the first stuff with only the gun, and yeah, it was pretty scary to me too.
Yeah, I'm sure. 1 health hive room is.
But I'm used to fail the hive room, so I was pretty confident since I didn't miss my jump or something. I should not take any more hits after the second hive was done.
Yep.
But still some stress.
Yeah, definitely. But all right, I think it's about the top of the hour here. I think we're gonna be heading off pretty soon here.
Yeah, so definitely make sure to tune in to I want to say
4 Speed Gaming 4.
Yeah, Speed Gaming 4. We'll have another 0 mission 90% race between Metroid Master and Like the Fish in about 20 minutes from now.
Yep.
So definitely pop over there. And I think that's about it from us.
Yeah,
Zigouioui, you have anything else to say?
No, just enjoy the tourney and have a good day.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
thanks for everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for the race today. It's a good one to watch. All right, that'll do it for us. Enjoy your Friday evening, everyone.
Yep. Thanks for watching.